Hey, good afternoon, GAC Health and Fitness family and the friends and family of the GAC Health and Fitness. It is Coach Doreen once again, your whole food, plant-based health and fitness coach, here to just talk to you about something real small, but maybe major. I need your help to do something. Here's the story. I've been talking with a real good friend of mine, and he needs some help. And I've been trying to like mull it over in my head of how to help him. But I figured it's like, let me put it out there and see what you would say. So let me give you the scenario. The scenario is that for maybe like a couple of years, this particular person has been dating someone, and it seems to be like a repeated kind of thing every year. And it seems like always around this time this person comes around, and they want to be up under him, they want to be around him and so forth. And so he always gets his hopes up that like maybe this year the person would be more committed, but it seems to be that it's not happening. So as he was talking to me about the scenario, I was like, okay, well, tell me what's going on. It's like, well, she's really nice, but it seems to be that she only comes around like when she needs something like comfort, or a shoulder to cry on, needs advice, needs protection or something like that. And so he, being who he is, and because he really loves her and likes her, he just lets her come around. And every year he says he hopes that maybe this will be the time where she will really be committed to him. So as she was telling me the story, I was like, this sounds like such a familiar storyline. So a couple of weeks ago, I finally got to see the movie He's Not That Into You. And there was a scenario within it that was like, they were talking mainly about the women and all the stuff that they were going through and the decisions that they were making. And it was like really crazy. And I was like, we as women sometimes are really stupid, but it is what it is. And we have our hopes up. We're like, maybe we're thinking for the best. But this particular scenario was the opposite. It was with the guy. Now, the girl that he was really involved with, she was the same thing as like what I'm saying with my friend. Is like she would come around and he would give her foot rubs, and they slept together, I guess that friends with benefits kind of thing. And he was just hoping that that things would basically change. And it ends up being that she ends up having an affair with a married man, but he doesn't know it. This is in the movie, right? And I'm like, but yet when things go wrong with her and the married man, she comes back to him and she's hugging on him and just getting his hopes up. And she finally decides, okay, well, you know what, I'm going to try to give this relationship a try. He goes all out, and he's like, he's a real estate agent, he's trying to find a house, and he's like, and he's showing her the house. This is in the movie. And he's like, and she's like, oh, this is a beautiful house. And she's looking around, and she's like, well, who's the buyer? And he said, well, it depends. And she's like, what are you talking about? He said, well, I'm hoping that it will be, you and me, that if, you decide that, we're going to be committed, I really need to know if you're going to be committed to this relationship, this house can be ours. And the look on her face is the same look that I know that was like, she's, saying it all in her face, like, no, she doesn't want this. And she ends up breaking his heart. So going back to my story with my friend, I'm thinking about this as he's telling me this, he's explaining to me what's going on. And I'm like, sir, I don't know. I didn't say it out loud, but I kept it in my head. It's like, I don't think she's that into you. If she's, doing what she's doing, she's back and forth. But the worst part of it is, somebody, that goes to church and blah, blah, blah. He got it's so bad. He got rumor that that she was talking to other people, and she's looking to the day where she's going to break this off again. And I was like, are you kidding me? Now, in myself, I would be like, listen, I'm done. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. We are over. But he's not that way. He's not that way. He loves her and he wants to keep giving her a chance. And I'm just like, that is just that unconditional, above board love. And I'm like, I don't know if I would be that kind of person to be able to do that. So I'm asking you, what would you do? If that was you, if you had a friend or you were in that situation and you got rumor, right, that the person that you were seeing, the person that you were going all out for, giving chance after chance, right, to develop this committed relationship to, would you drop the person? Or, would you, okay, they're not ready yet, but I just know that if I give them another chance, that eventually this is going to work. I just want to know, what would you do? What would you do? Now, I'm not going to really say the person's name because I don't want to, put them out there and so forth, but I'm just curious. But as I thought about it, it's like, for my friend, he's really special. And I'm just praying that that the person that he is really trying to, attach himself to, that particular person will connect to him and be committed. But I have to admit one thing. That person that he's really trying to get to commit, right, is you and me. You're like, what? What are you talking about? Yes, it's you and it's me. And who is that person? That person is Holy Spirit. His name is Holy Spirit. He goes by Comforter. He goes by Paraclete. He goes by the third person of the Trinity. It's him. We are in Lent. A lot of us are Lent, they're fasting and so forth, right? And we are in day 36 or 37, somewhere around there. And we are doing great. From people who I know who are fasting and praying, they're like, oh, wow, yes, I'm hearing from the Lord and it's been beautiful. It's been wonderful, right? But now as we're getting closer to the end of the fast, end of Lent, all of a sudden they're counting down days to when they can go back to the very thing that they left for the 40 days. Now, I'm not trying to condemn anybody. I'm not trying to, point fingers or anything, because I am just as guilty as the next person, right? We're all in the same boat and we're all doing the exact same thing to our good friend, the lover of our souls, who will do anything for us, that's right there, always right on time, giving us a word and so forth. He is the one that's saying, well, wait a minute, I've been giving you so many chances. What do you mean that you're no longer going to be committed to me after these 40 plus days are over? I'm like, I thought we had something going on. I thought that we were connecting. I thought that, this was it, that we're going to. And I'm thinking, wow, Lord. So I put it that way because I wanted to really hold your attention, because that is what Holy Spirit was talking to me about when I hate to say it, when we're in church and they're like, okay, we're almost there. And it's like, well, wasn't the point of the whole fast, the whole Lenten season, to let us know that this is something that we can do without and we don't need? Why are we rushing back to the very thing that Holy Spirit is saying that we don't need? So I'm going to switch that a little bit and now talk about our health. It's the same thing. Now, hopefully in this Lenten season, you were doing what you were supposed to be doing and getting rid of the junk food and the sodas, the candy and all that other stuff. And if you wasn't, okay, again, no condemnation, no pointing fingers. Okay, fine. That's however you chose to fast, that's what you chose to fast with. But I'm talking about from a health perspective. right? We got rid of the sodas, we got rid of the junk food, we're drinking more water, we're exercising, we're mindfulness, we're praying, whatever. And I am sure if we are doing it correctly, we do feel much better. We do feel clearer. We do feel less stressed. We do feel more peaceful. We are sleeping better. We are seeing things clearer. So my question to you, if it's working, why are we counting down the days to go back to doing something that's going to make us feel bad and icky all over again? I don't quite understand that. So for Holy Spirit to tap me on the shoulder and say, hey, I just need you to put this out there, and I just want to know why. Why are we breaking off the relationship in, say, 5 to maybe 7 more days, where I thought that this was it? I thought that we were really connected. I thought that we had something. And basically our response is, sir, I'm so sorry. I love you, but I'm just not that into you. That to me sounds really bad. But again, not only are we breaking a commitment to him, we are breaking a commitment to ourselves. It's like I know a lot of people started at the beginning of the year. They said, hey, we're going to go to the gym, we're going to eat right, we're going to lose this weight and so forth. And like maybe 30 days in, even with my class, we started out 20, 25 strong. We're down to like maybe 15 to 18 on a regular basis. It's like, where'd everybody go? We're not only breaking our promise to the Lord, which is bad enough, but we're also breaking a promise and a commitment that we've made to ourselves. So as we're getting to the end of our Lenten season, it's just something to think about. And I'm hoping and praying that you will not break the commitment that you've made to the Lord, that you will continue to realize that your body is a vessel unto which he lives, and that he wants to stay committed to us. He wants us to not break that connection. He wants us to stay in that intimate relationship where we're talking to each other and there's nothing coming between us and him. And at the same time, I want you to think about the commitment and promise that you've made to yourself. Why did you break the intimacy and the love that you have for yourself by counting down the days to go back to the very thing that you know that's going to make you sick and tired and feel awful? That's all I have to say. I'm not pointing no fingers. I ain't condemning nobody. I'm not trying to cause no whatever, but I am saying, what would you do? And what are you going to do now? There's a decision that we have to make. And I'm hoping and praying that you will make the one that is the right one for you, that is going to make you healthy, healed, whole, delivered, and bring you closer to the Lord, because that is exactly what he wants. He doesn't want this relationship to end. He doesn't want the commitment of prayer to end. He doesn't want the whole thing about our conversations that we have, to get up in the morning and to read and to pray. He doesn't want that to end. So we got some thinking to do on these last few days of this Lenten season. And I know that I am all for myself. I'm making some changes as well. I'm making some commitments. Like, you know what? Need be, let's go another 40 days. If we have to do this, if whatever it is that we've been praying for, if we haven't received it yet, that means that we're not done. If you're not at your weight goal or your health goal or your fitness goal, you're not done. If you haven't gotten what you prayed for and you're still waiting, that means we're not done. So this may be the start of the first leg of the race, and we're not done until we're done. All right, so let's not break this relationship. Let's not break the commitment. Let's rethink how we're going to end this thing in the next few days. So this is Coach Doreen, your whole food, plant-based health and nutrition coach, signing off. And let me know what you think and what are you going to do. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.